Time for my favorite show.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kayleigh McEnany, along with Kennedy, Harold Ford Jr., Brian Kilmeade, and Greg Gutfeld. It's 5 o'clock in New York City, and this is The Five. The suspected killer of Charlie Kirk facing the death penalty after getting formally charged with aggravated murder and a slew of other counts. There were 7 in total. Prosecutors in Utah describing some of the disturbing text messages the alleged assassin sent to his roommate/lover. And now, how did the liberal media cover it? Well, instead of being horrified, ABC's Matt Gutman and Montel Williams spun it like a twisted love story.
It was very touching in a way that I think many of us didn't expect. This duality of someone who the attorney said not only jeopardized the life of Charlie Kirk and the crowd, but was doing it in front of children, which is one of the aggravating circumstances of this case. And on the other hand, he was, speaking so lovingly about his partner. Text messages that are so fulsome, so robust, so apparently, allegedly self-incriminating, and yet on the other hand, so touching, right?
We're talking about a love-torn child, a kid. This is probably his first real relationship. And somebody was disparaging the person that he loved. I don't believe he was motivated politically. I think this was motivated emotionally.
ABC's Gutman later apologizing and posting, quote, "I deeply regret that my words did not make that clear, but let there be zero doubt here, I unequivocally condemn this horrific crime." And as prosecutors lay out the mountain of evidence that shows that the suspect was overtaken by left-wing ideology, they were explicit about that. CNN is still confused about the motive.
We don't have a motive yet. We don't know yet. We're waiting. Obviously, we've heard what the governor's had to say, what the FBI director said today.
Come on, we don't have a motive yet.
We know.
We don't have a motive yet.
What's
really?
happening with?
Really, that's CNN's position.
I mean, from law enforcement,
he just happened to fire the gun in celebration.
I'm not arguing with you politically. I'm saying that law enforcement has not put a specific motive. You know that there's a difference of what they're putting in a legal argument than what you're talking about, and you're not even. We're not even arguing about.
No, but Harold,
President, what did he say? But President Trump said what I said. He said that something happened to it. Says that there was a radicalization. My only point is, I want to get after that. If you're right, and you probably are right.
Harold, it's not a probably.
If it's leftist ideology, how do we stop it from radicalizing? I want to get
Kennedy in here, but
I'm just saying, y'all interrupted me. I was just trying to make my point.
This is very cut and dry. You cannot get more cut and dry than why did you kill Charlie Kirk? We can even pull up the text message. I had enough of his hatred. What did Charlie stand for? Charlie wasn't a left-winger. Charlie was a mainstream conservative. Charlie was a Christian. Charlie was a constitutionalist. And the man hated that, and he wrote it in a text, Kennedy.
Yeah, I mean, not too different from Luigi Mangione's manifesto that you talked about, which, I'm sorry, if you are trying to instill fear in people using your politics or based on their politics, that's terrorism. Yep. And I'm shocked that they dropped those 2 charges from Mangione.
Well, the court did. The prosecutor tried to do it. Right, yeah. The court did.
The judge allowed that. And, Paul Morrow's like, Alvin Bragg should probably appeal that. Yeah. You talk about trauma. A lot of people have had trauma. Most people have had childhood trauma. They don't go out and murder someone that they find to be abhorrent. I'm sure there's a lot of people that Oprah disagrees with. She had a very tough childhood. She's not going to murder someone. But my problem is, the defense that, he's this love-struck teen who is so angry on behalf of his lover. A lot of people are angry. So, Randy Weingarten said, well, leftists, they go to the college. They sign petitions to keep Charlie Kirk off the campus. MAGA people, Trump supporters, they're the ones who murder people. No, it was this person, and now they're trying to take this chasm between confronting someone rhetorically with ideas.
You have to look at me. I'm agreeing with you. I'm only making the point.
They are normalizing the way they've normalized the terms fascist and Hitler and authoritarian and Nazi. They're doing the same thing with murder, and they're trying to equate someone's anger, which can be voiced in words, with someone picking up a bolt-action rifle and aiming it at a father's head and killing him in front of people in cold blood. It is not the same thing. And that is an objective fact. You said that you're not going to judge people because everyone has their own subjective interpretation. I disagree vehemently. This is objectively wrong. I don't care what side you're on. I don't care what you disagree with. I don't care what your politics are. It is never, ever okay. And there's never been a better time for people like Randy Weingarten and Montel Williams, who was my favorite Montel. since the 90s. But you know what? Montel Jordan.
Not Montel Jordan?
Montel Jordan is my favorite Montel once again because this is how we do it.
No, I am not suggesting in any way that I agree with them. But I give people the space. I want to understand what they're saying, because clearly, if everyone were like you and me and you, people wouldn't be being killed while they're giving a speech. If everyone were like the five of us, people could have their views, people could state their positions, and we wouldn't have violence gripping us. We have a problem in our society. And if we think we can brush it away, flush it away by saying, oh, it's just because these leftists did this and this leftist did that.
There's no brushing. There's no flushing.
I'm only saying.
You're a goddamn genius. Goddamn genius.